let's go and talk with about the dashboard. And for this, we're gonna go and do a small demo. So let me go here. I have some instances of the dashboard loaded, but let me just go first to here. So the dashboard is a web interface that you can visit on dashboard.smartcitizen.me. And that when it loads, it will give you visualization of the data or of the devices, sorry, that are currently posting on our platform. So you see that some of the devices do a little animation, and that is that they send data to the platform. And basically, you can click on any of the devices and you will go, we will see in a second, to another website. But you can also click on, for instance, on the city or on the tags that you have on the different fields here. And for instance, if I press on Barcelona, then you can get specifically the devices that are currently sending data and connected in Barcelona. You can also get the ones from research, and likewise, you will get the ones that are like that. If you want, you can also get that data by pressing this button, and you will get CSV of the data that you currently see on the dashboard. And in this case, we're getting a CSV with all the research tagged sensors. So the same data that you see on the dashboard, you can get on a simple CSV file on a spreadsheet, and have a look at extra metadata that comes from our platform. For instance, the ID of the devices, the names, where they are located, who is the user, in which city they are, and extra information. This might be useful in case that you want to do some processing on this data. For instance, you can filter devices by lat long, or you can get all the devices by a certain user or in a certain city. And it's an easy way for you to collect metadata from previces. If we go to another device, for instance, on one that I had already prepped here, you will visualize or start accessing the time series of the data that device collected. So here we have a sensor that had a CO2 sensor connected, and simply you can already have a fast web-based visualization in time series with different features. Now, this might be a little bit limited, but good, for instance, for showing on different displays or screens. You can customize a little bit the dashboard. For instance, you can hide the graphs, and if you want to put it on a large screen, you can simply get the numbers. You can hide some of the channels. For instance, imagine that you just want to see air quality metrics, so we can remove everything except what we care about, which, for instance, in this case could be CO2, particulate matter. You can even tidy it up if you like to have a different order, or hide or show more things. And finally, you can request different timeframes. For instance, we've been requesting the last week of data here, but we could request, this kit has been posting for a while, but we can request the whole month of June. you'll see that the dashboard will tell you that it's doing a little bit of an adjustment on the interval that you're requesting the data at, so that the data load is fast. But here you see that we are already getting all these months of data in a very fast way, and ready to analyze. You don't have minute resolution, but it's already good for analyzing probably some events or having a look at some data in a fast way. It is also useful if you want, for instance, to download that data, and you will get a similar CSV file that you can load again on a spreadsheet, very similar to the one that you get when you download the data from the platform, only that in this case you don't download, you don't get an email, but you just simply get the CSV that your browser is compiling. Important limitation here is to understand that whenever we reduce the interval, you will be getting the data not as frequent as the actual data that is on the platform, but you're getting a reduced time frame, let's say. So you're getting, or frequency, and you are getting every 80 something minutes in this case. So another interesting use of this dashboard is, for instance, to do a real-time data visualization. So for instance, in this case, I have a small smart kit here in my hand that I'm going to configure to send data every 5 seconds. So I have a terminal open. If you remember by seeing with Victor that you can configure the device to send data at the frequency that you want. So I'm going to send data every 5 minutes with this device, every 5 seconds, sorry, with the device. And you'll see that the device, let's show it in this way. You'll see, for instance, that if I touch the temperature sensor, it will quickly go up and change. So the readings that you are seeing right now on the screen are being updated fast, and is probably good for demonstration purposes. For instance, in case you want to showcase the principles of how the sensor works, or for instance, how noise readings, PM, etc. And it's a very easy way for showcasing in maybe educational setups. So here you see, for instance, how that data is being is being fed into the dashboard real time. It doesn't update the graph itself if you have a long time lapse, but you see that the data is arriving here at the very end as soon as we speak. So that can be also a useful way for you to get use of the dashboard and visualize data on the web.